and Megan for you. There's a favor, Madison. We're getting a rest from these high temps soon and some rain.
Yeah, we're going to have both. We're going to start with the rain first. We're still going to get a little bit warm, but we need that heat. There's a lot of breathing that we need to fire off the sunshine. We can see the moisture continuing to make its way into the state. You can see there. Looks like it's breaking up a little bit, but as long as we have moisture to work with in the atmosphere and we get that heat in here, definitely going to see a lot of those storm chances. This could end up being a pretty decent day. Clouds increasing throughout the day. We see about 30% chance for storms. And going to get a little dusty and gusty as well. 105, they're still expected to be a little on the warm side. We did down to 78 at our rain chances go up to 40% by
Hey, Peoria, you're not so far. Thank you. Hey, Germany. Good morning. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, thank you. Charlotte, do you watch the local Fox station out there? One of my best friends is in the anchors there. Anyway, hey, Mason.
Again today, we brought the Speedway and Red Road. They're just about done north and southbound traffic.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Jerky. I did not work in news. Wait, there's a waiter. I know, Casey. Sorry. Because I have to go through and take away some pages that I don't need. Really sad lead story, really sad.
All right, Al, thank you very much. We continue to cover a very tragic story here in Tucson. The Sheriff's Department investigators still at the home on the northwest side where a 2-year-old girl died after being left in a swimming pool alone late last night.
Paramedics rushed to Heron Drive near Ina and La Cholla. Now, this is the scene last night as Pima County Sheriff's detectives started investigating what exactly led up to Victoria Rita's death.
Her parents did give the girl CPR as paramedics made their way to the scene. The paramedics continued giving the girl CPR on their way to the emergency room where she was pronounced dead. Northwest Fire says this is the first child fatality in Pima County, but the 6th water-related incident this year.
In Tucson, a family behind bars this morning accused of organized retail theft against 3 major stores. Police say the group big box stores in Marana, Oro Valley, and Tucson in major shopping centers like Elcon Mall. Police say the group stole everything from clothes and shoes to even weed killer, then would return those items to stores for gift cards and cash, or even trade them for drugs. Police say that these 5 people were arrested, but more busts could be coming. Now to a Pinal County courtroom where a judge sentenced a 31-year-old woman, this woman, for her role in the deadly crash in Casa Grande that happened back in 2012. They say Angelica Cela Gonzalez will spend 22 years behind bars after pleading guilty to 4 counts of second-degree murder. This after she tried evading police, rolling her car, killing 4 of the 10 undocumented immigrants she was transporting inside.
The search is still on this morning for a missing couple that left for work but never made it. Pinal County deputies say Michael Correcchia and his wife Tina left their home for work around 5 yesterday morning, but never arrived. A few hours later, their car was found abandoned. If you have information, call the Pinal County Sheriff's Office, please. And the search called off for 41-year-old Janet Castrojohn. Janet was reported missing from a campground on the Chiricahua Mountains Friday. The East County deputies say they're looking into the possibilities that Janet may have driven off with someone or was maybe even taken against her will.
An update now to that wildfire that kept growing last week in Kearney. Fire crews now telling us that fire is almost contained.
Right now, it's 85% contained, according to fire crews. Fire burned more than 1,400 acres. There were no serious injuries, only minor smoke inhalation and actually heat exhaustion that affected some 150 firefighters on the scene.
To Finger Rock Trail now on the northwest side, where Southern Arizona Rescue helped get a distressed hiker to safety yesterday. They say the man got lost on the trail, ran out of water. He was treated for dehydration, and he's doing all right this morning.
And later today, the U.S. set to announce its new hostage policy aimed at helping victims' families.
We're just getting headlines around the nation for you this morning. The White House going to announce that families of hostages captured overseas will no longer be threatened with criminal prosecution if they attempt to pay a ransom. There will also be an agency to facilitate communication with the hostage takers. What will remain the same, though, is the government's policy of making no concessions to hostage takers. President Obama ordered a review of the policy after the deaths of Americans held hostage by ISIS. And today, Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev will be formally sentenced to death. He's been given an opportunity to address the court, but it's unclear whether or not he's going to take that. The jury's decision to give him the death penalty is legally binding, but it remains a recommendation until he's formally sentenced by a judge. Tsarnaev was found guilty on the deadly 2013 Boston Marathon attack, which killed 3 people and injured more than 260 others.
And new details this morning in the death of a man who died in police custody in Baltimore earlier this year. That's Freddie Gray. The autopsy hasn't officially been released, but the Baltimore Sun newspaper's account of the report describes a high-energy impact, high-energy injury, as they put it. The paper says it's the kind someone might suffer when diving into a shallow water pool, probably caused by a sudden slowing of the van. The newspaper also says the state medical examiner ruled Gray's death as a homicide through acts of omission because the officers failed to follow safety guidelines. All 6 officers involved pled not guilty. They are due in court this coming October. We're now getting a new look at the moment police capture an accused church gunman on Dillon Roof. Officers released this video saying he calmly identified himself when he was pulled over in North Carolina Thursday, just hours after the bloody attack. Roof is charged with shooting and killing 9 people last Wednesday at the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church.
It's so crazy how calm he was during that.
What?
It's crazy how calm he was during that arrest. Yeah.
They got me.
He was just like, yeah, it's me.
He was drunk.
I don't know if he still was. Hi. Perfect. Great.
Good sign.
In April's chair, right? Okay. Hey everyone, good morning. Good morning. Thanks, hey Rio. Good morning, hi Australia. Hi, hello. What do you mean? Hey Columbus. Hi Miami. Thank you, good morning. Yes. Just trying not to smile when you. Hi Romania. Arizona. Thank you. Denver countdown. Couple hours. Well, like 12 hours. Are you the one who emailed me?
April, thank you very much. It's a summer job that every teen is after these days. Seems like babysitting.
Yeah, Kay got 9 on your sides. And Megan Thompson joins us live now with how Northwest Fire is keeping kids sharp on the job. Megan.
Looking for a continued competitive career and for kids looking hard to become big. But this Sunday intended babysitting camp may give those kids the edge they need to get the job. Some teams here see
That graphic looks good.
because most of these kids think when adults get recently done, it's an easy way to make.
What's up, guys? Hi.
And what they find out here, I think the most important thing they learn here is what a big responsibility.
That's not her. That's not her.
Fire instructors like Marie West teach hands-on in first aid, CPR, basic baby handling, and more.
Is there a question that we can ask you or something?
Once everybody's okay. You want to start with yeah.
Important. All right, Megan, how much does this all cost? Is it super expensive?
It's $25. $25 per student, and the sessions kind of happen.